to Kidmissing TV. Today we're going to talk about the Indiana Dunes trio. These were three ladies who, on the 4th of July weekend, 1966, drove to the Indiana Dunes, which is a beach in Indiana. It was Saturday, July 2nd. They were all 21 years old. There were 9,000 visitors at the beach that day because it was very hot and it was a holiday weekend. At around midday, the young couple watched on as the trio entered the water in their swimsuits, leaving all their other items behind on the beach. The couple shortly after saw the three women in the water talking to a man on a boat before boarding it. As the hours passed and the sun started to set, Mike and Frances began packing up to leave. At this point, the two realized that the three young women had not returned. All their belongings were still there. Amongst them a purse, cigarettes, car keys, money, and clothes. They gave the items to a park ranger. Mike Yincalasa and Francis Cicero would days later describe the boat. They said it was approximately 16 to 18 feet long with an outboard motor, white in color with a blue interior, and had 3 hulls. And the man was a well-tanned white man with dark hair in his 20s. They ended up investigating 6,000 boats. Yeah, it was crazy. Sergeant Edward Burke was in command of the initial investigation. There was a note from Renee to her husband saying she wanted to leave him because he spent all of his spare time working on cars and hanging with his friends. So they interviewed him. Now her family says, because it had been written about 2 weeks before and she never gave it to him. It just kind of sat there in her purse. Her family says she wrote it in a moment of anger. In a moment of, geez, will you pay attention to me? And that's why she never gave it. And even he said, I didn't know there were problems in our marriage. I thought we were pretty happy. So, and by the way, this beach is on Lake Michigan. They discovered the wreckage on July 6th, 3 miles from where the three ladies were last seen. The Coast Guard inspection reports that said that they found a missing boat, and air patrol encompassing the area later was ordered, but no further debris was discovered, and more importantly, there was still no trace of the three women. Divers also detected nothing at the foot of the lake in the area. A second boat because there were a lot of appeals for information made, they received sightings from Michigan, Wisconsin, Indiana, and Chicago, Illinois. None of the sightings could be confirmed or verified, which makes sense. The most significant lead came from an Indiana man who had been filming on the beach that day at around the same time the women were last seen. After inspecting the footage and accumulating additional witness statements, 2 boats became of special interest. Okay, there are two different boats. There's the small boat the couple said they saw, and there's an enormous 26 to 28 foot boat that witnesses, including a lifeguard and a lawyer from Indiana, saw they'd seen the three women climb aboard with three men. Okay, here's my problem. If you're on the beach, you're not in a marina, okay? So, how would a boat get to the shore without running aground? I'm wondering if the girls had swum out far enough that the boat was in enough water and they climbed in from the water. That's what I'm wondering. Now, if the boat, that the wreckage that was found was the boat that they were in, they could have been killed. But they didn't know how long the wreckage had been there. It could have been there much longer, but the Coast Guard just hadn't searched the area. Could they have drowned while swimming? Well, if they got on a boat, anyway. Also, another problem I have with the boat being that close to shore is there are laws against that. In most lakes, swimmers and boaters have to be in completely different areas, otherwise accidents can happen. So is this boat on a dock somewhere on the lake? I mean, at a dock somewhere on the lake? I mean, I don't know. They described them as swimming and talking to the person on the boat, and I just, unless they were swimming around the dock for some reason. Like I said, it's confusing to me because I know the rules are very clear about boaters and swimmers not being together in the water, and that's in any lake. Because what they don't want to happen is for a boat to plow into a person and kill them. And I'm wondering if maybe that's what happened. Okay, there's another weird theory. Shortly before they vanished from Indiana Dunes State Park, Ann Miller had apparently informed friends she was pregnant. In the years following the disappearances, uncorroborated stories have also alleged that Patricia Blau was also pregnant, and like her friend, the father was a married man. At the time, abortion was still prohibited in Illinois. This has led to the theory that at least one of the women died during an illegal abortion, and the other two women then murdered to cover it up. A couple named Helen and Frank Largo were known to offer abortions for women in need, and their nephew Ralph Largo Jr., who shared a home with the couple, admitted to being on the beach that day. He matched the description of the man on the boat. Could they have run away together to start a new life? So had some issues going on? Maybe. I think we need DNA. They had money in their purses. Holy crap. Anne had $55 in checks, love the way they spell that, CHEQUES, in her purse. This would have been over $400 today, according to Dollar Times. Patricia Blau had $5 in her purse. Away from the beach, Patricia Blau had also just won $900, over $7,000 in today's money, with her horse in a race in Winnipeg. Those winnings were never claimed. A lot to leave behind when trying to start a new life. They also wonder about Silas Jane. We've talked about him in other cases. Yeah, he's a bad horse dude. It's been suggested that they witnessed the murder of Cheryl Lynn Rude, and maybe they were killed for that. The sheriff did take the claim seriously. However, before the search could start, the sheriff was killed in an apparent farming accident. The lead was dropped after his death. Yeah, farming accident, my pretty little foot. Anyway, no, seriously, farming accident, my foot. Somebody didn't want him to go into it. So, thank you for joining me. God bless you. I will see you next time. Please subscribe. We're trying to get up to 500 subscribers by August 4th, and we're doing tremendously thanks to you. I am getting so many comments. And I'm trying to get to them all. I can't believe I've come to a point where I have to say that. That is just mind-boggling that the channel has grown that much. We're almost at 300 subscribers, guys. And comments all over the place. Like I said, I haven't seen anybody click like, and that's okay, whatever. I've gotten comments and all sorts of good feedback, and I appreciate it so much. This is so hard to do when I'm working at the Historical Society. It's hard, but I continue to do it because I love it. So, I will say that I am recording June on Memorial Day. And we'll see you next time for the next episode of Kidmissing TV. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Mwah. Bye, guys.